In this section, we're going to take a look at getting started with HOS on the DynaMiX interface. We will take a look at unit settings required for HOS, how to create HOS locations, how to create an HOS driver, and how to configure the time clock. Click on Manage, and then on Libraries. We're going to take a look at the unit settings which must be completed in order for HOS to work. To learn how to fully configure a unit, please view the Libraries tutorial. Access the unit properties and make sure that these fields have been completed as follows. Arming delay. This is the duration that the vehicle should be standing with ignition and engine off before a trip will be considered complete. The time should be greater than the standing delay time. Standing delay is the duration that the vehicle should be stationary before the next movement starts a subtrip. Tick the box to enable the unit to send active messages on subtrip start and subtrip end, and then click Save. The next step is to create the HOS locations. Click on Monitor and then on Manage Locations. We'll take a look at creating a new location. Click on the plus. There are three methods of adding a new location: by address, by longitude or latitude coordinates, or by selecting a point on the map. There are three types of shapes which can be used for locations: circle, rectangle, and polygon. The polygon you will use whenever the area is an irregular shape. Click on the required shape. Click on the point on the map and then drag until the shape is in ratio. The Location Details panel will open on the left. Enter the location name. And in the drop-down select the location type. We have Customer, No-Go Zone, Site, Other, Fuel Stop, Rest Stop and Speed Zone. Select the site associated with this location, and then click on the color which you would like the location to be. Use the slider to select the opacity of the location. And here you will enter the HOS location ID. You will need to ensure that the ID is unique, otherwise DynaMiX will generate an error. Check the box if you would like to be notified when an asset enters this location. If you click on Location Details, you can enter details for a contact at the site. And then click Save. Your location will now be listed. Here you can see the location HOS ID. Next is the HOS driver configuration. Click on Monitor and then on Drivers. You can either edit an existing driver or you can create a new driver. We will take a look at creating a new driver. Click on the plus. All the fields marked with a red star are compulsory. Enter the driver's name and surname. Enter the driver ID number. This ID number is used to uniquely identify the driver to the system. If this field is left blank, the system will allocate the next available ID number. Select the site where the driver will be based. Enter the employee number, mobile number, email address, and in the drop-down select the driver's country. And then click Save. You'll note that the following tabs are now available. The tab we're interested in is the tab Hours of Service. Tick the box to enable hours of service for the driver. In the drop-down, select the Hours of Service rule set. And now select the HOS home location. Enter the first couple of letters of the location and DynaMiX will display the available options to select from. In the drop-down, select the start of day. If the settings should cascade to other drivers, then click here. Select the drivers and then click Save. Enter the HOS driver ID and then the HOS password, and now click Save. Lastly is configuring the time clock. Please note that the best browser to use to access the time clock is Google Chrome. Click on Monitor and then on Time Clock, which is located under the Hours of Service heading. To be able to use the time clock, the System Tray app needs to be installed and running. If it's not running, the following message will be displayed. Unable to detect the Plug Management System Tray application. Make sure the Mix Plug Management utility is running. Alternatively, click to download the application for installation, and the Launch Time Clock button will be grayed out. Click on the link to download the System Tray app. Install and then start the System Tray app. Once the System Tray app is running, you will be able to use the time clock. The organization is already selected. The location you will specify here is your base out of which the drivers operate. The driver timeout default is 60 seconds. If required, this can be changed. And then click Launch. The time clock is ready for use. The driver will either insert the driver ID tag or type in the driver ID number and password, and these were specified under the HOS tab in the driver properties. And this brings us to the end of this section.